I had to add in a little extra flair at the end of that.
Wasn't enough. No.
Wasn't enough. Welcome to the Chronocide podcast. My name is Johnny Mac. I'm here with everybody else who should just say their names so everybody knows.
Let's get Jay's over here. What's up? What's up?
What's up, guys? This is Dan.
Never gonna stop.
Senior Bilbo Blackens.
Senior Bilbo. My favorite.
Mr. Bill Bostic.
Bill Boston.
Very fantastic.
Alright, you guys ready to kill some time?
Oh,
so
God.
ready.
Born ready.
I was born ready.
I was born to kill time throughout this life.
Speaking of killing time, I'm joking. I'm not bringing that up at all. That was a whole joke. How you guys doing today? How was the week after releasing the first episode of season 2? Stressful.
Yeah, it's my last 2 weeks, so it's like
crunch time.
Final.
Of his
crunch
job.
time.
Of his job.
Race to the
not living.
Yeah, it's my last 2 weeks left.
It's my last 2 weeks, guys. It's over.
You won't ever hear me again.
I'm gonna die. That's just I'm dying, guys.
Welcome to the Chronocide podcast, and I'm dying.
What a great way to start it off, you know.
So Bill's stressed. I got sick over the weekend.
Oh, yeah,
I had to leave. I had to leave work early on Friday, which you think would be like, yeah, sweet, but I just came home and laid in bed and was dead until today.
Dude, I get terrified when I do stuff like that. I called into work last week too on Monday, and I was just terrified.
Like of your job, or
yeah, well, just scared, dude. You know when like the phone's ringing and you know your boss is gonna be like, "Hello." It's like that feeling. Like when she answered, I was about to be like, "Okay, I'll be in early." You know, like meanwhile.
It was
dying. I'll be an extra early.
It was one of those things. Well, let me walk you through my day on Friday.
Kick it off.
I woke up. I felt like shit. And I was like scared that I was late, right? So I jumped up and I got in the shower, I got dressed. I got 10 minutes from work and I look at the clock. I'm up an hour earlier than I need to be. So I pulled into work at 7 instead of 8. So I was like, all right, whatever, I'm already here. So I just started working. By the time it's like 11 o'clock, I'm feeling like such garbage, like hot garbage. And everyone's looking at me like, what? Like they're like looking at me. I'm like sweating at my desk, like coughing up a storm. They're like,
is this
"Go
guy
home."
the guy about to go crazy and snap and just?
Yeah, like they think they like some guy made like a zombie joke. Like he thought I was like gonna like fall onto my keyboard and just wake up with like red eyes, start eating everyone. Like
this zombie outbreak starts on Jay.
Yeah,
patient zero.
Yeah, patient zero. Boosh. So I felt like shit, and yeah. No, sorry.
Patient boosh.
So I finally get the approval to go home. I drive home. I like look at my computer. I'm like, maybe I could game a little bit. And then I just look at my bed. I'm like, nah, not happening.
Good night,
fall asleep.
City.
Dude, I woke up at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and then I couldn't go to sleep. So I'm watching anime. And so I'm starting to feel okay. It's receding. But that was my weekend.
What anime were you watching?
Oh, I was enjoying. It's called 7 Deadly Sins.
Ooh.
I think we talked about that on the podcast before.
We did.
I
brought it up.
It's dude, I love the way they incorporate like King Arthur's Court, and like Merlin and all that shit.
Oh, that sounds dope. That sounds dope.
It's really good. I'm halfway through it right now.
Yeah, I was enjoying it quite a bit.
I might start watching it again tonight after you mentioned that.
Yeah,
that was one of those.
But actually, no, wait, we can't watch it tonight.
One of those few shows that I actually went out of my way to, like, they didn't have it on any streaming sites when it came out last year, so I had to download every single episode individually. But I actually, every day that the new episode would be out and translated, I would, run to my computer and start downloading. But
there's not a lot of
far between that like a show actually makes me like go out of my way to try and catch every episode.
Yeah.
Speaking of shows that are going to be coming out.
Wieners, floppy wieners, wiener, little wiener, flaccid wiener.
Oh god, I missed slapping Michael in the face.
Nice and soft, not erect wieners.
Oh yeah, Game of Thrones comes back tonight. Season 6 starting up.
I can't wait. I'm excited.
Everyone's
So
excited.
before we get
Silicon
into
Valley
it,
afterwards.
if you hear me,
Wait.
yes, I've clearly watched the show, but my beautiful girlfriend is sitting next to me currently catching up, so I will
Is
not
she
be
listening in on
contributing.
the podcast? Because
Well, she can't hear, but I'm not going to be
everything.
volunteering information. I will just be giving very broad statements.
And that's the question too. How much do we give a shit about spoilers at this point?
I
do you mean?
think
I
I
know.
think our-
if you're
I think
not
our
caught
audience,
up,
for the most
if
part,
you
has
are
seen
not
it.
caught up, it is your own fault. Here's your warning. Spoiler alert.
Good call, John. There it is.
Jon Snow gets stabbed at the end of season 5.
Wow, we're going there.
Now
I was
the
gonna
question
say
is,
killed. I was gonna say killed, but we don't know if he's actually dead.
No, he's fucking
You're a
dead.
bad boy,
He's-
aren't
he's-
you?
I'm pretty sure he's dead, but there's a good chance he's going to be coming back to life, considering the Red Woman was there.
I'm pretty sure the first episode is called Red Woman, isn't it? For season
I
6.
have no idea.
Oh,
I'm not sure,
a
but
little bit of
I'm
a
not-
play
Every
on
time
words
there's a,
to something else that may have been read.
Ooh.
oh that was we don't talk about that, okay?
Stannis' beautiful daughter gets burned at the stake alive.
Oh, he did that himself.
He was did you ever see the meme of him like standing there because he's watching his daughter burn, because he's the one that put her up there to burn, to kill her, and he's standing there with a mug in his hand that says "Number One Dad."
Oh my god, I have seen that.
That's bad.
Oh, it's so bad, but it's hilarious.
Well,
I
and then
love it.
of course it's like showing Ramsay like Bolton or whatever now, like finishing people up. Like, come on.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about when he
I'm not-
was just giving it to her.
I'm not aware if you guys read the books or not. We won't get into
No, I
that. The
did
show's
not.
good. The show's good for what it is.
I told my friend, I was like, yeah, I was going through like recapping him at the season 5 and stuff, and I was like, Sansa gets away, Daenerys isn't with her people anymore. She just came across the I can't remember their names. The people that
Dothraki.
Dothraki.
That's right.
Yes,
She comes
yeah.
back with the Dothrakis, and then I was like, Arya's blind, and he goes, Arya's blind, and I'm like, yeah. He goes, no, she's not. I'm like, dude, at the end of the episode, her eyes turn freaking like
I
white.
can't see. Yeah.
And she screams, I can't see. And then so he types in Arya in Google. The first thing that pops up in Google is Arya Stark is blind.
Yes, yes,
Like, what
number
the
one.
He goes, that just ruined it for me. I was like, no, it didn't ruin it for you. He's like, she's blind now.
I saw a picture. I saw a picture of Bran, on the internet, and he like because we haven't
He's so
seen him
much
in like
older.
4 seasons. Yeah, he's like straight Michael now. He's like
It's like built.
he's like jacked. He's like getting laid now. It's like, what the fuck happened?
He's walking
Really,
now.
like-
Like this shit.
He's walking now.
But he's walking like Sebulba from episode 1, like on his hands, just really
Yeah,
fast.
yeah. It's
It's
a
like,
Oh my god.
Oh god,
I can't
What a-
wait.
what
Anybody
a name
watch
drop.
anybody watch the Silicon Valley at all?
Of
Game
course,
Fuck yes.
I love that
Wow,
show.
that's your
can't
deal,
wait.
right? Oh, well, I guess
remember-
everyone watches
I
that
remember-
show. Fuck me.
Bill, was that the show I showed you?
Yeah,
was like-
you
I was
showed
like-
it to me, and I like you went to sleep, and I just watched the entire season. I'm like,
Yeah.
this show's too good. I'm fucking finishing it.
All the listeners
So
out there,
fun.
you can't hear or you can't see what I'm doing, but just picture my hands opening up a car door just normally, and then opening up like a Lamborghini. My doors go like this. They're supposed to go like this.
Oh, when he stopped being a billionaire,
When
and
he's
went
not
back to millionaire?
he's not in the 3 comma club anymore.
Yeah, he's so bad.
He's in the 2 comma club. He's like, now I'm a millionaire. You know how horrible that is? My doors open up normally. That's not normal to me. I love that,
That was
show. It's
that,
great.
that show is awesome. I'm excited. I forgot that was coming back the same day.
I love how it
Who's-
comes out the same exact time of Game of Thrones. So it's like you
Yeah.
watch Game of Thrones, you're just like, wow, that's an epic episode. And then Silicon
That's
Valley,
pretty
you
dope,
just-
yeah.
you're just
Honestly,
like, right
last
after that, this is
season,
great.
last season of Game of Thrones, I was the whole time I was like, I fucking hate Game of Thrones. Why am I watching this show? Oh yeah, because Silicon Valley comes on afterwards.
Yes.
I know what you're
It's just
saying. It
buying
was-
time.
In the
It's
beginning,
not that I hate Game of Thrones. It just pisses me off. At
I think it was mid-season of
It's
Game
just,
of
why am I
Thrones.
watching this fucking show still?
That was definitely mid-season of Game of Thrones. It was very like slow and just like, all right, where's the cool shit? And then
It's like 5
towards the
seasons
end,
of
the White
fucking
Walkers start
misery.
coming out, and you're like, dude,
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
I'm
once the
excited
walkers
about
got to the
that.
wall, it was like, okay.
Oh,
I'm pretty psyched, to be honest with you. I've been looking forward to this for a while.
I don't have HBO. I canceled my
Ooh.
subscription, but HBO tonight or this weekend
free, apparently.
is free. And for the listeners, this will be last week, so you'll be, a week ahead.
Shit out of luck.
So it's not free anymore?
So Game of Thrones, but anyways, it's not going to be free. But they also have a 1 month free subscription for HBO. So next week, the week you're listening to this, I'm going to activate it, and then I'll start paying again.
Well,
I usually just reactivate HBO right before Game of Thrones comes out, and then I'll cancel
I
it.
usually do too, but after I saw the free month, I was like, ooh, I just got a new
might as
card
well.
in the
I
mail
believe
with new
HBO is actually
numbers.
making a thing where you can just subscribe straight just to it.
It's called, I have it. That's what I'm going to be changing to. It's called HBO Now. So if you don't have a cable provider, you can watch HBO from HBO Now, not HBO Go. HBO Go is if you have a cable provider.
Yeah, exactly.
I learned that today because me and Josh was trying to tell me, and I was like, no, it's not there. And he goes, dude, the free subscription is there, I'm telling you. And I was like, no, it's saying I need a cable provider. And then I realized I had the wrong app downloaded. So,
Wah, wah.
yeah, it's all right. I've been failing
Yeah, it's
lately,
not
especially with my
confusing at all.
audio equipment.
Yeah, how
Audio
long?
engineer.
How long? Let's see how long that took us. It took about. We were ready at 5, and it's 6:30ish.
It's almost 7 o'clock. What are you talking
we've
about?
been
I mean,
talking
like
for
when we
13
started.
about almost an hour.
Yeah.
Almost an hour. I got new audio equipment though. I may sound sexier. I don't know.
It
You do
does. Your
sound
mic sounds a
razor
lot
crisp.
nicer.
Yeah.
Sweet.
It makes me
I'm
very happy.
That's an upgrade from a rock band mic.
Yeah, it means
That's-
editing is going to be so
that's
much
the
easier
best.
for me.
I dropped a lot of money on audio equipment. I got the Focusrite Solo audio interface and Audio Technica 2020, and I have new Audio Technica headphones too. And that doesn't include the second microphone, Audio Technica 2020, and the 18 input Scarlett Focusrite audio interface.
How much was that interface, by the way?
It was good deal. It was originally like 4 something, but we got it for $350.
Not bad.
Yeah,
Can
Wonder
you
what your
explain-
preamps are like.
John was telling me the other day. It goes from like only two outputs.
So it goes one output. This is crazy. It goes 1 output, 2 output, 6 output, 18 output, and then like 40 something.
Just
And it's like
exponential growth.
They skip 4. And the other podcast I do, we have 4 people. All we need is 4 inputs.
There's other companies that make interfaces that have 4.
Yeah, well, we didn't want those
you don't
brands.
have to
we
buy
wanted
Scarlett.
we wanted a good brand.
Yeah,
It's either that or
Personas has a 4
Personas.
channel.
No, I don't think the
That's what I
Personas one
use.
does it have a
there's
4?
Pretty positive there's a 4-channel Personas.
Well, that was the other one we were looking at. We were looking at a Personas one, and then, but Focusrite was having a deal on theirs, and we're like, oh, might as well just look at.
I mean, Scarlett's are real good quality, so.
Well,
Like most of my friends, they all run Scarletts, so.
I mean, you recommended Scarlett to me first too. Anyways, you're like, it is Scarlett,
Did I?
and yeah, and then you even said Personas. You're like, I have a Personas and I like it, so I recommend those 2 brands. That was a while ago. That when I was looking into.
See,
all
I
that
also
stuff.
bought my Personas. I mean, I was gonna buy a Scarlett because most people were saying get a Scarlett. They have better mic preamps, but everything in my computer is blue, and Personas are blue. So I bought a Personas.
I wish
got
they
the- it got
came
the
in
best of
black.
me. Didn't it, though?
I needed to match, so that's the only real reason.
Dan, you're gonna have to match with your new PC, right?
I know. Actually, the funny thing is that as Bill said that, blue. Me and Jay didn't even know because for those actually nobody knows. Anyway, so I guess built is a not correct term, but I bought a PC that came pre-built with a lot of, different equipment, but it has a blue look to it. Like there's a lot of blue lights that I didn't even know until I turned it on. It's actually freaking really awesome.
Yeah, it didn't say anything about being LED lit or anything like that. And he turns it on and sends me a picture. The fucking thing looks like
Yeah,
like
it's
a paladin.
crazy.
It's like
There's like an
glowing
orb.
purple.
It's like an orb at the bottom. It's pretty cool looking.
That's
That's
pretty
cool.
But
I didn't know my PC case had red LEDs in it. So when I turned it on, it's where the fans are too. So you can barely even see it where like my fan vents are in the front. So you turn it on, you see especially when it's dark out, you could see like these sick freaking glow coming through the fans.
That's where mine is. Yeah, the fans at the bottom. Yep. It's
Wild.
crazy. As far as for people that are into like specs and everything, it's pretty high end deal. I got a sweet deal on
Pretty
it.
good deal on that.
You got a
Yeah,
great
and
deal on
Jay, it's
that.
funny because I brought it up to make sure that I got the specs right since I'm not the best with computers ever, but it's sold out now, Jay. Isn't that crazy? There was 5
Yeah,
of them last week.
Well, dude,
I
all right.
was-
So we went to like, I built my own computer and I've helped a couple of the guys in the gaming channel build theirs. And so Dan came to me and he's like, I want this thing. Let's get it done. And we used the PC part picker online, and we're putting all
Such
the
a
parts that
great
he.
freaking grid.
It's the
That's
best,
such a great-
and we're putting all the parts together. And just for shits and giggles, I go to Micro Center and like there's a
Boom.
deal on there, it's like a
Boom.
gaming deal, and it's a pre-built PC. The thing has the new i7 6700K, 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM, a GTX 970.
Get a
solid,
bloodbath.
yeah,
Kill
like a
him.
256
Kill
gig
him.
solid state, a 2 terabyte hard drive, and a Evo air cooler on the CPU. And the thing's $1,100.
wow.
It's $1,100.
It's $1,100.
Yeah.
You paid.
Dude, I
I
couldn't
paid
build it.
more
I
for
couldn't
my
It's
build it.
PC.
gone.
Yeah.
Oh, it's sold out already. It's crazy.
I paid more
Yeah,
for my
that-
PC, and I have an i5 in here. I
That's
have
what I'm
how
everything
about how
else but
much I
with an
paid
i5.
with like monitors and everything else included. That's probably about
I
how
also,
much I paid
yeah,
for
I
mine.
did have to buy
Yeah,
a
I have an
monitor
i5
though
as
as
well.
well.
You
But
bought
the
a nice
PC's
monitor,
really
too.
good.
When you posted the specs on it, and I said an i7, and I looked how much you paid, I was like, that's bullshit. There's no way that's real. Like, what's going
It was
on? right
crazy,
now?
man. It
I
was a
told
crazy
him- I-
deal,
I
and it's
spent
already sold
$14
out.
to make mine.
2 terabyte too. I only have 1 terabyte.
Which I always forget. I'm getting better at it, but every time I go to install something, I have to like consciously remember to switch to that. I wish I could
You
default
can
to that
switch it.
somehow.
You can. You
Oh,
can
see,
do it
that's
through
what I'm
Google
talking
settings
about.
if you have Google
This
Chrome.
is-
Same thing with Steam, so you can set it up when you download
Yep.
games. I have saved files.
Where it
You just go
defaults
through
to
Steam.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it defaults it to your F drive or whatever you have it set to. Mine sets my F, so.
Well, the
Yeah,
thing
so
is
I
is
still
that
haven't.
it was hard because I had a really nice iMac, but it just was the worst. I mean, it was
You
great,
can't game on it.
but I could not game on it, and I was like,
did the same thing when I
going
was in college.
insane.
I had my Mac for college, and then all I could play was Minecraft and
oh, don't
Team
say
Fortress.
it. You cut
And it was
cut
just
me so
like-
deep.
and so many people are like, yo, play this game with me. And I just looked into like I would go to the specs and it says like PC, and I'm like, I can't. I'm sorry.
That's it. The deed is done.
It's
Like,
horrible.
And I've
Charlie
been,
Brown music starts playing.
yeah, I've been shitting on Dan for like years
Oh,
about
just
his Mac
corn.
preference.
There's corn pieces on me.
And it finally, like, he bought
Just
that. He
pure
bought
mud.
that iMac.
He didn't
like,
even have the decency to solidify it.
no, dude,
Just
dude, he
pure
spent
mud on my
like
face.
a lot of money on that iMac, and it can't run anything.
No, but
They
it
don't
is
have i5 in
running.
it.
What's it running, Bill? Say what it's running now.
XCOM.
Oh, you know it.
Is it really?
Oh, dude, when my Mac couldn't play XCOM, that was the line.
That was it.
That was the line. And now I'm playing it, and I am thoroughly into it. And I feel like I've called Bill maybe more in the course of the last 3 days than I have in the last like 3 months. It's just, without going too far into it, it's just insane how it's a series of unfortunate events because you plan so many things around this one like 97% chance action that's gonna happen, and it misses, and you just watch the cookie start to crumble. and I'm like, I've said unconsciously, I didn't even do it. I pulled a Cleveland when I missed, my sharpshooter missed a shot, and I was like, no.
Bill said the first thing to Dan. He goes, "Don't make your characters your friends or you yet. They're gonna die." Of course, Dan makes us all. We're all dead.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the Iron Man
Dude,
run was
of course, Dan was
short-lived.
showing me like pictures of me just shitting on everyone too, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm doing good." He's like, "You're dead." I'm like,
I was like,
You
good
died.
job, Bill. And
Yeah,
like
yeah,
10
yeah,
minutes
yeah.
later, I was like, I fought as hard as I could, Bill. I want you to know you went out with honor.
Dan just sent me the epitaph of his character, and he's
Oh,
like,
the
I
memorial.
was like, where was I? Because I'm like the support healer character, and he goes, "You were in the hospital. There's nothing you could do." So I just did like the Vader. No,
I should have been there. I should have been there.
I could have done something. Yeah, it didn't work
It's,
out.
I tell you what,
That's
and granted, this game, is relatively old in terms of, how we stay current with things. But for those who don't have it, man, it is such a blast. Bill,
I
I
it's
thank you.
Old. It's only 2 months old.
Yes, but it's not like, coming out next week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But once
Well, yeah,
Bill
you're
told me
welcome.
about it, I didn't even hear about it until Bill started saying it. I was like, what the heck is this? And then when I watched him, I was like, wow, this is my kind of stuff.
I have a specific taste in games. Doesn't mean it's bad. Most of the games I fucking play for a reason. So, speaking of games that I play, Jay, how'd you like Overwatch?
Ooh.
I enjoyed Overwatch. I enjoyed it a lot more when I was playing with you and your friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like significantly more when I was playing with you.
That game is not fun when you're by yourself.
Yeah.
Like I can play it by myself, but I don't want to. It's like, oh, I fucking hate these people.
Yeah, when I was playing by myself, it was alright. No, that's a lot of my personal preference though. That's also just I need to get used to this type of game before I can have a legit opinion on it.
Well, we have
I'm
the open
gonna put
beta
the time
May
in.
3rd, so
Yeah, I'm gonna put the time in
Oh,
on
really?
this
That's
one
nice.
with
Good to know.
everyone. I'm slowly seeing that I'm definitely a Soldier 76 guy. He's got the AR with the rocket launcher thing. I started using the hook guy. I call him Pig Stitches.
Oh yeah, Roadhog.
Yeah, Roadhog. Pig Stitches.
He's
fun.
Yeah, I figured you'd like Roadhog. Roadhog's a lot of
dude,
fun.
he's got a great kit. It's like a 2-shot. It's so much fun. When you catch that what's her name, Tracer, she's trying to run away, and you just grab her. You're like, oh no, back
You
here.
better get
that's
back
cool. So
here.
that's a nice counter.
Just grab melee fire and then they're done.
Oh, you're
Nope.
taking it. You are taking it.
Not to mention he's got a heal. That's one of the reasons I like Soldier 76 so much. He's got an AoE heal that he can use, so you can really get these streaks high. You can get pretty good streaks going. But yeah, I'm on board. I'm gonna buy it. We're gonna
You're
play.
also on board with another Blizzard game.
May 3rd, we can all play together. I didn't sign up for the beta for the
Yeah, I don't think
beta,
you're not gonna have to sign up for the
now it's the open beta.
yeah.
Yeah, the last one I was like, I'm not gonna have any time. Like I'm playing the Division, so
We'll just have to plan to we can have a stream day where
Still feeling that
Chronocide
division,
plays.
huh, John?
still feeling it. Well, so my friends are back now playing.
Even
They're
after the
level 30,
updates?
so now I can play the game with people I know. So I'm not playing with a bunch of randoms. So doing
Okay.
the dailies so much easier and smoother when you're playing with your friends, and then there's communication. Because I'm a solo player for the most part, but then now my friends who are playing, they're all level 30. I think average right now we're 188 altogether for their
Nice.
set level. But yeah, other than the game's great, but there's so many freaking glitches and it bothers me. There's so many exploits and stuff, and they haven't fixed them. Like there's a glitch where if you switch your weapons, your DPS is increased by almost 10%, and it's the way you're switching your weapons and shooting. It's ridiculous. We had a guy drop all 4 of us within seconds, and he was the same level, and his dark zone level was only I don't know, 49, not even 50 yet. And you were looking at his gear, and he was using the black market AK-47 and the Vector, the same gun I was using. And I'm sure
He was
his
just
stats are set a
wrecking.
little differently, but he just there was not even a hesitation. He didn't heal himself or nothing. Just boom, and we were all just down. I was like, there's
crazy.
no way. And then I was online. There's just so happens there's a glitch where that happens. There's also a sniper rifle that does over 1 million damage.
What?
Yeah, so it's the custom something. I can't think of the name of the sniper.
Well, it looks like I'm not coming back.
It's a dark zone.
Thanks,
dark
John.
zone purchase.
I
You purchase the blueprint.
I won't lie, the temptation for me to trade mine in for Dark Souls is too
Sorry.
real. And I'm
Oh,
like,
you might as well
do
if
it.
you're
It's
thinking
a
about
game
it.
that I got as a present. I'm a dick.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think of that.
It's like, I can't do it. I can't.
No, you can do it.
I'll have to just
Just do
okay.
it.
Never mind. Jay said I could. All right, gonna go get me some Dark Souls.
Yeah, you can do it.
Now you're playing that on the Xbox One, right, John? So it's not that's not even PC issues being hacked or anything.
I can't wait though because somebody's leaving.
Okay. Anyway, so I guess he wasn't playing on
I'm
the
gonna keep talking
Xbox
about
One.
this Nostralia server or whatever the fuck it's called.
Nostalrius.
Yeah, whatever. There was a private vanilla server
no.
that was being run.
That's playing in my head now.
Nostradamus.
Like that,
American
don't you?
Dad scene. The
So,
whole American Dad scene.
It got a bunch of people mad. They were running this vanilla server of WoW. They were doing it volunteer status, all that good stuff. But Blizzard sent them a cease and desist. It ended up kicking off like 150,000 players that were all on there. So I started seeing WoW in my newsfeed like a lot this past like 2 weeks. So I started thinking about WoW and I was like, God, like what a great game.
We were both talking about it, remember?
Well, we had an idea. Dan and I had an idea to organically level from like 2 new classes that we had never played before, 1 to 100 in preparation for Legion that's coming out
Which
in
is great.
September. Or is it September? Yeah, I believe it's September. So we started that. We started back up on WoW. It's been glorious. And now I can't stop playing.
It has been
I'm
fun.
back.
It has been fun.
I'm so hooked again. It's terrible.
This is annoying.
Listeners, it's actually August 30th, but basically September. But yeah, I just Googled it just to make sure everyone knows. But it is August 30th, Legion comes out.
I wasn't sure. I knew they just dropped the date.
Give me time.
I thought they were going to try and pull it back far enough to release with the movie.
That's what that's what a lot of people were thinking as well.
But I guess that'll make sense. The movie will come out, everyone will get hype again, and the new expansion will drop.
Yes, everyone's gonna be like, let's do it, resubscribe.
Yeah. You'll see the server.
You see a spike. That's when Blizzard would be like, you want some numbers? You want to see some numbers?
Yeah.
You'll be back. Watch.
And they're like, ooh.
There was a couple of video people that have brought up a good point though, that Blizzard just doesn't give a shit about what the community wants, because the community has been talking about wanting a vanilla server for something similar for a very, very long time, and Blizzard's response has been, people have asked developers, face to face, like at conventions, and said, hey, what about a vanilla server or this? You have hundreds and hundreds of people that would play that, and Blizzard just looks at them and says no, and that's it.
You don't want that. You don't want
sure
that's
that.
what it was. You don't want that.
You think you do.
I'm sure there's
Sure, we do want that.
I'm sure there's
Straight
some
from
numbers
Star
behind
Wars.
it that
You don't
just doesn't
want
make it
this.
worth it to them.
Because
but
the biggest problem with that, and the reason why I'm very much in agreement with the vanilla servers, is if you think about a game like any game, like think about like Zelda, or if you're thinking about Mario, and it's like an older game, and you're like, oh man, I want to go play that just to remind myself what it was like when I played it, and you can do that. But when it comes to an MMO, you can't. Like, you go back to play a game, you try to play the same game. It's not the same game anymore, so that you lose all the nostalgia factor. So I can understand and wholeheartedly agree with the people that want vanilla servers.
Yeah,
However, there
but
is a rumor now
also
flying
their
around
baby,
that
so it's like, who are you to tell them? I don't know.
I suck with nostalgia personally. I always have these high hopes, and then I go back and play it, and I'm like, man, I almost wish I didn't do this. Do you know what I mean? That's my big
See,
thing.
I was playing on a BC server, probably 2 months ago with some friends before this other thing happened, and I was going in with a nostalgia factor, and then I started playing, and like all the stuff that I had been used to with the new WoW, like just not having to drink after every mob pull and like dumb shit like that, like. To me, like I had this like rose, glasses on, tinted glasses when I thought about how much I loved the game back then. And like going back, it was like you have to run for 40 minutes to get to the next flight zone. I'm like, I'm good on this. I can have a mount now. I'm good. I'm glad. The way I explained it to Dan the other day is like, I'm happy that I had that experience when I did, but I don't need it now.
Yeah, no, and I agree. I agree. I think WoW is definitely in there right.
And my whole thing with like they like these 150,000 like vanilla server people, like they have like the audacity to call themselves like the true hardcore fans.
Hardcore.
Like, I say fuck that, dude. The 5 million people that are still playing the goddamn game for the 15 years are the true hardcore fans. It's not you. You guys are stuck in the past, man. You guys have your own thing that you love about it, and that's cool. But don't like try and shit on everyone else and like the devs for it. That's how I feel about it.
Exactly.
If you still loved it so much, you'd fucking be playing.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so we covered the past.
Oh yes.
Boosh. Are we going to the future? Star Citizen?
Oh dude. Well, all right. So Dan.
I don't know much
built
about this game personally. I've seen a few trailers.
8K
Dan-
compatibility.
Yeah, Dan got this new PC, and he's like, all right, what can I play?
I want to push
And I'm
this
gonna-
thing.
And like, he didn't want the answer of go on Steam and look. He doesn't want.
Yes, that's
He
not
doesn't want
me.
Go on
Well,
Steam.
basically, Dan's just very fucking lazy.
What's on sale?
Dan
Buy it.
doesn't want to look for anything. He wants me to tell him what he's gonna play. So like, I was just like, well, I mean, like PC doesn't really have like a lot of like exclusives per se. It usually has like the best ports of every game because you know you can just run it however high you want.
Cranked.
Goat Simulator.
Yeah, Goat Simulator.
So then,
Game's fantastic.
yeah, that game is awesome. So then, I'm looking for like a PC exclusive that like this new badass PC can run. I'm like,
That
oh,
can just
Star
handle
Citizen.
it. That can just manhandle it.
And I don't know if you guys are familiar with this game, but it's basically just like a universe sim. And it has like several different modules. There's like a first-person shooter part of component. There's like almost like an EVE Online aspect to it where you can just be a space janitor if you want, and just that's what you are doing.
Look at the trailer right now. If you're listening and you're like, I've never heard of this game, and you're into
it's got
PC
Mark
gaming,
Hamill.
check it out.
Mark
'cause
Hamill
it
does
is
voice acting and everything.
crazy.
He does motion capture as well. Mark Hamill's in it, so that's pretty cool. But the game
I
is
had a PC for a week, and I'm like, yeah, if you're into PC gaming.
Real PC
but
gaming.
it's gonna be like the new
no.
Crisis though. It's gonna be like the new benchmark game. So that's pretty cool. If you guys are into that.
If you're into that kind of gaming.
The thing about Star Citizen that I'm gonna play it. Like, it looks fantastic, but it's almost too overwhelming for me.
Yeah.
Just the idea that like the whole point of the game is to try and get to the middle of the universe, but the universe is never ending.
Oh no,
Infinite.
you're thinking of No Man's Sky.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
I got you. Never mind. That's
That's
No
No
Man's
Man's
Sky
Sky.
is the one where it's the infinite amount of
Stars.
combinations.
Yeah,
of
that's an
universe.
infinitely procedural generated universe that no one will ever find the center.
Yeah.
Star Citizen is just a universe
No, yeah.
sim. Like
Star Citizen is the game that annoys the crap out of me because I feel like that game should have been MechWarrior and it wasn't. And
That's the game that's
bums
coming
me
out with AK compatibility, right? Or you're able to play it on AK. Or am I thinking a different game?
I don't know what
I have no idea.
8K instead of 4K?
Oh, 8K. I thought you were saying
yes,
8K,
yes.
like
Yeah,
AK-47.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
Yeah,
8.
no, yeah, you're right. It does have AK capabilities.
Wow.
I
this
was
game
hearing
is-
A too. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
No, yeah, this game's gonna be
Not
like I said, it's gonna be the PC benchmark.
We're not talking about Shem here, okay?
Oh wow.
Shots fired.
Ooh, we went there.
Ooh.
BMW.
Shots fired to our only
Shots
fan.
fired.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Shyamalan
John
ding
pulled
dong.
out his AK and did shots fired.
Oh god. Can't wait to hear about that later.
Yeah, you will hear about it later too.
Oh, so
So
did
speaking
you
of
guys
VR.
hear? Oh, wait. Do we want to go into VR first, or
No,
you
we're not
wanna
gonna
hear
talk-
who I met this year?
Well, I
Or
was
this
just
week.
saying, VR is pretty awesome. It's great. There's a lot of things you can do on VR. Okay, next topic.
Yeah, right. Like, okay.
You were supposed to start the show with that. I don't know what happened.
Yes,
with you.
I was- that
VR
was a
is
joke.
virtual reality.
That-
All right,
oh,
moving
come
on.
on.
No, I
But I
wanted
mean,
him
they've
to
been
finish.
getting
I wanted him to
pretty
finish his
advanced
thought
stuff.
on that one.
Hey, this is Johnny Mac, and VR porn is the shit.
What are you talking about? That was Bill. Bill, you can't just steal somebody's identity like that.
That must be pretty crazy. That must be
No,
wild.
so I was on YouTube, and one of the things that, because I have the DK2, and there's tons of VR games out there, and I'm just like, so on YouTube I'm constantly searching VR stuff, and I was like looking up on how to record and like film with VR. And so one of the recommendations that came up on my homepage this morning was how they direct VR porn. So I'm not gonna not watch that. And so I was like, all right, I have to watch this to see how interesting it is. And like, it's actually really difficult. It's very
I'm sure it
because
is.
the girl, she can't get too close to the camera. She actually has to lean back away from the camera. Because if she
Fascinating.
leans too close, it screws up with the way like she looks and stuff, and it doesn't
Of
look
course.
real.
You're
It was
running
so
some
interesting.
continuity issues.
And I was like, this is crazy. And like, since it was like a YouTube video, it's not like a an actual video. They just had I don't remember the guy who recorded whose YouTube channel it was, but he was there like explaining it. And so it was just hilarious. He was sitting in the chair and he's cracking up because like, the girls are, doing their dirty talk, their porn talk, which is really ridiculous.
Oh,
The guy's
best.
like trying to keep a straight face and he can't. He's just like, I can't.
Now, how does
can't
that
do
work?
this.
So, like, if...
And they're talking about full 360 recording too, and the camera.
So I'm
had
saying,
set
like,
up
you
had
can
7
look around
GoPros.
and, like, see the room
Yeah.
that you're in.
So like the girl that directs it, she was like, normally you direct it, and we're behind the scenes, but now we can't be behind the scenes anymore if we're doing a full 360 recording, so we actually have to go somewhere else. So directing somebody, and I'm like, oh wow, this is nuts.
I like the YouTube video you sent me with the sex suit, where there's the guy wearing the headset, and then he's wearing like the full.
That video was
the
ridiculous.
This has
The
got
full
the
on
That is
onesie, the sexy
ridiculous.
onesie.
the
it has the-
automated fleshlight.
There you go, man. I want
The
one of
boobs
those.
on it.
I would
That's
never leave my room.
ridiculous.
The
Only in
scary
Japan.
part about that is you're in your own little universe. It's gonna be so easy to get walked in on.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you
can
can
you
just-
imagine?
lock them.
And you're
you
like,
be talking
everything.
some dirty shit.
like
You be talking
banging,
dirty
you're
shit.
banging your couch.
You leave your blinds open by accident, your neighbor's like, what the fuck?
Full body.
I mean, you're wearing a
shot.
helmet. Like you're essentially wearing a helmet. So you're like a fucking 30-year-old wearing a fucking sex onesie with a headset on,
You like this
talking
shit?
dirty to your couch.
And
You
just
like
think
this
of
shit?
how many testosterone filled teenagers are gonna like default to that too.
Oh god.
Ugh.
Well, it's gonna be
Save up
it's gonna
their,
make
That's
college
save
a
up
lot
their
easier.
That's too much
McDonald's
prep
money
work.
for.
There's way too much prep work if you think about it. You got to put your suit on. You got to put this on. You got to make sure your batteries are all good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Everything's
meanwhile, I
set
can
up.
get it done
To
in
be
like
honest with
30
you, setting up
seconds.
VR is kind of annoying too. There's a lot of work. You got to lay down
Make
a
sure-
mat somewhere if you're not near a bed or a couch.
And can you imagine, like,
You
if you're
gotta
about
make
to
some
finish
sacrifices
and
for
you
your
pull the
waifu.
cord out?
I
All I can
uh,
think of. Do you watch Archer?
Yes.
All I can
I've
think about
seen
is Krieger's his
Oh.
wife, his animated waifu.
Yeah. Well, with VR coming out, like especially for the PlayStation 4, the new.
I was
PlayStation
wondering
coming
how
out
you were
with.
going to segue that.
Dude, I segued that perfectly right there.
That was a great
The
segue.
PlayStation
I was just
4K.
wondering.
I
I
think
was like,
people are
how's
just
he
little-
going to go from laying a mat down to PS4K?
Well, now that I'm pretty sure you can watch VR porn on your PlayStation 4K too when that comes out. I mean, there's not too much information out there, but no, I think somebody did leak some of the specs inside the PlayStation 4 with.
I think
4K.
people are blown out of proportion. There's always a system refresh mid
Yes.
like cycle.
But this heavy,
it's
though?
happened
I don't think
Every-
this
Is
is
this heavy?
mid-cycle though. This is like what? What are we at? What,
Dude,
3
we're almost
years
four,
in?
we're almost
No,
4
they
years
did the
in.
same exact thing with the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. I mean, they got.
I guess
their,
I'm just
their
salty because I
motherboards have
literally
changed.
just bought my PS4.
I mean, PlayStation 4, they are doing a pretty dramatic change on the entire internal. They're not just
GPU.
changing the mother. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're increasing the GPU and stuff, and the RAM too. It's like,
It's
I was
just
gonna bring
it's
up the specs
beefier
right
for
now, but it was-
sure. Yeah.
it's a big increase. And then
The main thing though
with
is that they're not
coming
going to
out,
make any games that you can't play.
yeah.
So I mean,
But they're building it, I guess, for the VR, but they're also going to be increasing the power for the PlayStation 4. But
well, the
my
main thing
favorite
that,
thing-
that it couldn't do, the main thing that it couldn't do is the output couldn't handle 4K.
Yes.
So even if that's why I like Netflix. I have to watch Netflix through my TV, my
If
smart
you want
TV
four-
versus my PS4 or Xbox because the output can't
it can't
physically
do the
it.
4K.
Yeah.
Which is going to be
Exactly.
nicer now that you can watch 4K. I mean, the other big thing that's coming out is now that PlayStation has announced that, Xbox has also announced their upcoming console too. So it's just, right now, it's just sort of rumors and stuff. Nothing really official yet, but Microsoft is possibly in the works for E3 to announce a console as well, which isn't surprising at all because when PlayStation... I don't remember who announced their console first. Either PlayStation. It was probably
PlayStation did.
PlayStation because it was the PlayStation Slim that they came out with first. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yep.
The PlayStation 3 Slim, yeah, and then Microsoft announced their PlayStation, which they called it the Slim 2, didn't they?
Yeah, it was
I'm pretty-
the PlayStation was like a shell. It was like a,
Yeah,
but yeah, this is nothing new.
there's nothing. new.
They I think they officially announced it the other day. It'll be like it's not gonna be coming out anytime soon. So you gotta figure it's gonna be 4 years after launch. That's exactly like that's halfway through the cycle. Like,
We're not gonna be.
yeah, Bill. Yeah, Bill. It might suck for you because you just got yours, but I've had mine for almost 4 years.
Yeah, early.
I'm looking at
I've had
right
mine
now.
for a while.
I don't
now.
have a
I could
4K
upgrade my
TV
Xbox
either,
One.
so it doesn't really
That
matter.
I
Yeah,
don't
to
have
you,
either.
exactly. To you, it doesn't really. It's not gonna really matter. I'll probably get one just because. The thing they're saying is like they're not gonna make any games that you can't play on one or the other. Like Nintendo is very bad. Like they released that new 3DS, and like some games will only be able to play on the new 3DS. They're not gonna do. Yeah, they're not gonna do that shit to people. Like it might run better on the new system. Like if you're stuck at 1080p 30 frames per
30
second,
frames, yeah.
the new one might run it at 60 frames or whatever. But like, I mean it's not really.
A lot of people are talking about like why not change the way consoles are made and making them almost like modular, where you can change the internals yourself, just like how you can do with a PC.
I mean, that was kind of the
you
idea
could
of the
buy
Steam box.
but
That was the idea originally of the Steam box, but then everybody said, why the fuck would I do that? I'll just build a computer.
I just build a computer, exactly. But I
Well,
mean,
John,
like
the
if you're
main-
somebody
the
that's in
main
the
thing-
console,
Yeah, the main thing is because if you have a fragmented user base, it's harder to develop games for
Alright.
and make tailor-made experiences. That's why exclusives on consoles usually have such high quality if they're well made. Like if you look at Uncharted 4 coming out soon, it's like it's
it looks
literally
freaking
the most
amazing.
yeah, and like you wonder why there's not games on PC that look that good. It's because it has to be a PC exclusive. They have to like say we're gonna make
They
a
can't.
game for a top end PC, and if you can't play it, fuck off. Like that's what Star Citizen is.
Yeah,
why
that's exactly what Star Citizen
when it
is.
comes out, it's gonna either blow your computer up or you're barely gonna be able to run it. Like
You'd be able to run it, but you
And
know
that's because-
they've forewarned everybody in the community too. Each
Yeah.
time they make an announcement, like you, this is what you need. This is the requirements. It's like this is the minimum requirements, and the minimum requirements is almost like a monstrous computer. Well, not
Yeah,
like
so-
my computer has no problem running it. If I throw an i7 in there, I'd be even better. I just don't have the money for an i7. I don't even need an i7 even now that I think about it.
no, yeah, it comes down to GPU
Yeah,
stuff.
I can upgrade it to DDR4 if I wanted to, which I should.
But it's just one of those. That's an issue that developers are having. They're taking issue with this cycle refresh, is because they're gonna have 2 SKUs now. So when they go to like these exclusive developers go to make a game for the PlayStation 4 now, they have to pick which one are they really making it for. Are they making it for the new one and they're gonna down-res it for the other one, or are they making it for the base model and they're gonna up-res it for the new one? You know what I mean?
For the new one.
It's just
Yeah.
more work for them, essentially.
It really is.
So I can see why the developers are not, yippee-ki-yay about it. But, I don't know.
I mean, it works out for the
they're doing what
ones
they
that,
have to do.
that have the VR, so now they can actually like go, all right, listen, like if you really are getting into VR gaming, you're better off of just upgrading and getting the new
And
PlayStation.
I have
Yeah.
a sneaking suspicion that they're going to release a combo deal, probably.
Oh yeah,
with the new
oh
system.
definitely. They did
So-
originally when the VR came out. You could buy a PlayStation and the PlayStation's VR headset. It was.
I remember.
It wasn't a bad deal. You didn't save too much, but it wasn't a bad deal. If you didn't have a PlayStation, it made sense. But if you had a PlayStation, obviously it doesn't. Makes no.
And there was a lot of people that were like naysayers when they announced they were going to be doing VR because the people use like the Vita as an example, like, oh, they put out this Vita and they haven't done nothing with it. So like when I heard they were making a new, more powerful PS4 to help run the PlayStation VR, that tells me that they're like committed to this vision of like moving forward with it. Otherwise they would they would let it die.
I wasn't
like
surprised that when they announced it and they were like, yeah, so basically you can run the VR, but you're not going to be running at a high quality. Because even when I was running my VR on my PC, I mean, yeah, it looked good, but still, I couldn't have anything else running in the background. Like, it was that game and that game alone.
VR is notoriously hard to run. Most of it comes down to the headset that you're wearing.
Yes.
The refresh rate needs to be very high. They suggest over 90 hertz, which is not easy to do on most modern day games.
No, it's
Most
not.
people assume 60 frames per second is fine, and it
That's
is when
why
you're
most
looking at a
VR
screen.
games kind of just are kind of blocky, just because it's easier for it to render too. It's not,
Exactly. Yep.
They don't look great, but-
The two things that comes down to is field of view, FOV I think it's called, and
Yep.
refresh rates. So like resolution, FOV, and refresh rates are like what helps with immersion, and it eliminates this thing called the screen door effect, which makes you look like you're looking through a screen door really closely. You bought Derek's Oculus
Yeah, I
Rift
bought
too,
Derek's,
so you actually know what I'm talking about. You've used it a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Bill, have you ever used a VR set?
On this week's episode of Chronocide Podcast, we get super fucking technical.
Yeah.
No, I have not used any fucking VR. VR is one of those things I don't care.
Yeah,
Like,
to be
I'll
honest
try
with
it,
you,
but I don't care.
It's real cool, but it's not. I don't think it's the future of gaming. And
I'm not a
everybody
huge
thinks it
VR
is.
guy
I
personally.
absolutely
That's why I
agree.
haven't
to
talked
me.
in a while.
It is a gimmick. You know what it seems like to me? It seems like the Wii U.
Yes, it feels exactly like
The
the
Kinect.
Wii. The Wii in general.
The
I wasn't a big
PlayStation,
fan of Wii and
PlayStation Eye,
motion.
whatever
I don't
it's
want to.
I want to sit.
I like sitting in a chair with a controller in my fucking lap.
I mean,
Like,
I wouldn't
don't
mind
give a
getting the
fuck.
controllers for my virtual reality setup, because that would be cool. But would I use it all the time? No, not at all. I used the VR for a weekend, and then it was sitting in its box for about a month, and I used it again, and then it's sitting in a box for probably like 3 weeks. My friend never played it, so I let him play, and ever since then, it's still sitting in the box. Just, I mean, it's in the box, in the bag, you know, pristine, all brand new looking. It's cool, but
It's
it's
just
not.
a cool thing to talk about with a friend over.
I think
Yeah,
it's
like,
definitely gonna have its
I
place.
got Oculus. Got the
I definitely think it's gonna have its
developer
place in the future of gaming. I've been watching a lot of these Vive videos.
Vive.
There's this game where you're riding on a hovercraft and you're going around the desert, and you have the Vive comes with 2 controllers, so it's got room tracking, so you can walk around your ship. And it has these 2. Your hands are accounted for, and you're basically it's like Mad Max, or like it's actually closer to Return of the Jedi, how they're on those hovercrafts, and they're basically you're fighting other people on their hovercrafts, and you can like duck behind cover, and like
That's cool.
it's really cool. I would like to show you. It's called Hover Junkers or something like that. Derek's getting his Vive tomorrow actually,
Wow.
so I'll get some.
Yeah, he
in-depth,
hasn't been
like-
in the gaming channel in a while. He disconnected himself.
Yeah, because everyone was just bitching at him for posting things that he cared about. So
Yeah. It's alright though. I miss him. I miss Derek on the gaming channel. I missed his
mean,
virtual reality posts.
yeah, I mean that's what he's into.
That's what he's
so.
into. He's really into it. And to be honest with you can't get into the argument with a guy saying that virtual reality is bad, because he'll just turn around and say like, no, like watch this shit. And you'd
Yeah,
watch it and
and-
be, okay, it's cool. That's actually pretty cool.
I
It's a
gotta tell
cool-
you, when I don't know if you ever did download that maze thing where you're in, it's like a dungeon, you're in a maze
Yeah, I
with like
downloaded
the
it.
killer. Dude, that scared the shit out of me.
The
Like, I
scariest
was
game I
terrified.
played on VR was the one where it actually didn't intentionally have like a thing that was chasing you or jumping at you and scaring you. It was you were walking in a forest and you can just hear it. That's how
Yeah,
it
that's
was
creepy.
playing. It was like you can hear it behind you, you can hear it breathing, and you have to have a good audio headset.
Like-
And I had my like my surround sound, like my 7.1 surround sound headset on, and I was just sitting there. And like I'm just sitting in my chair, moving around the forest, and you can just hear it like whispering and stuff, and like it seems like it's getting closer.
Oh, that's
It's
cool.
ridiculous. Like, and the way that they were changing the game, the way they wanted to make the game is, when virtual reality got to the point where you're using the controllers and stuff, the more you move and look, the more you sort of not hesitate, but like increase your speed, your heart rate increases and stuff.
Oh, God.
The scarier the game gets. So that's
Did-
how they
did that-
wanted to. I haven't heard about anything else about the game lately, but that was probably a year ago when I played. Now
Did
It was so
any
much
of you
fun.
guys play PT?
Yeah.
No.
The
PT
was
makes
the-
me sad because I
Dude,
wanted
yeah.
to play that game so bad.
I have it on my PlayStation 4. You should come play it.
PT? What is that?
I've played it.
It was a playable trailer. It was a teaser for a potential new Silent Hill game. That was Guillermo del Toro
Oh,
and,
I remember you
Norman
talking about this
Reedus.
before.
and Norman Reedus.
Oh, that's your boy.
And they released it and they didn't tell anyone about it. Like it was just a game you could get on the PlayStation Network.
Yeah, I
And
never
I
even
doubt-
heard of it until right now, to be honest with you.
Dude, that game in VR, I'm telling you, that game in VR would be the scariest game ever. Like, basically, you just wake up in this basement and you walk through these 2 hallways in a house, and you just keep doing it in a loop, and shit just keeps like changing slightly, but the same, but it's not. And you hear like babies crying and toilets and shit. It's fucking creepy.
It's basically Stanley Parable, but terrifying.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a good cast.
It was good stuff.
Unfortunately,
We're gonna wrap it.
Is having.
We're gonna wrap it. So, for anyone that wants to get in contact with us, Jay, go ahead and shout out. What's our Instagram?
Right, at Slate Time.
Love it.
That's a Twitter, actually.
Okay.
Instagram is Chronocide Podcast.
Love it. So please, for the love of God, if you guys have any questions or anything you'd like to hear us talk about, by all means do
Give us
that.
some topics, guys.
Yes, I don't care what it is. I will talk about what you had for dinner last night. I don't care. Other than that, we're gonna wrap up. John's running into some technical difficulties, so I will say bye on his behalf. So bye from John. Bye from me.
Bye from Big J.
Bye from Bilbo Blackens.
And Bo's out.
Out.
That's it.
We out, bitches.
Just cut it.
Hey guys, this is Bill. We had some problems with John's mic. He had some technical issues, so we kept recording for a while. But I figured I'd leave it here at the end if you guys want to hear the extra content. So here you go.
Exactly.
See, I would like a real good horror game. Until Dawn was okay. What was the
Outlast.
Oh, that's a good Outlast. That was it. That wasn't that scary though, Bill. Once I finally got hit, once I saw like what the motion was for getting hit, I was like, oh.
Yeah, you can play all the Five Nights games. Those games scare the piss out of me. Yeah, 3 or 4, I mean.
Oh, Emily wants to play. My boy Dashy plays that. Dashy, if God knows how you're listening to this, I love you.
Just do shout outs to all the other streamers and YouTubers that we like.
That
Be like, if you listen to this.
That will never hear us talk.
Dashy, if you're
friends
ever
with
That's kind of
listening to
funny. What's good? I play Colin Moriarty.
But going back to the game, that is very scary, John. I watched him play it.
No, I watched Michael playing Five Nights at Freddy's, and that was enough for me.
Oh, god damn it, John.
He's such a wild and crazy guy.
Well, why don't we let's just wrap it up when he gets back.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
All right, this is a cut for Bill.
Yeah, just when we get back in, do a clap. Keep it recording though, because this is a good B-roll right here.
Oh, you like a
doing it.
B-roll? I'll give you a
Fucking love
fucking
B-roll.
B-roll. I'll give you a fucking egg roll too.
Wieners. Yo, Josh just posted some fucking barbecue and it looks delicious.
Josh was posting that ish.
Oh, daddy.
Josh is a bad boy. You ever really talk to him? He's a dirty, dirty boy.
Oh, he's definitely Dirty Birdie.
He's talked. Like, I've talked to him, and, like, he doesn't. He's so dirty that he won't even tell me like how dirty he is.
He won't even tell you about it?
Like he'll be like, I don't want to talk about it. I'm like, dude, you must just handle biz. Ow! Oh, I just rolled. Oh my god! On a scale of 1 to 10, I just hurt myself at like a 9.
Good job.
I just straight rolled over my toe with my wheelchair, my wheelie chair.
That sucks.
My wheelie chair.
I'm just gonna start stuffing this fucking
With my-
penny Alavake in my face now.
Oh, you're a bad penny, aren't
Oh, that
you?
sounds fucking dope as fuck.
Ooh.
Giacomo's.
Giacomo's. It sounds
I've been ordering a lot of pasta from Giacomo's, like not getting pizza, just ordering like a big thing of pasta and just spending
I'm
all
surprised.
the
You're a pizza guy.
Man, well, you gotta mix it up sometimes.
Every now and then, you know?
God damn it, John. We should name the name title of this episode is God damn it, John.
Johnny Mac.
He's like eating cake right now.
He's gonna go rub one out real quick.
I exported it. What did he export?
He just left.
What?
Alright, do you want me to wrap it, Bill?
Bill's like, what the fuck?
So he uploaded it. If you want, Bill, I'll cut it now and wrap it if you want. I don't care.
Let's see what he says.
Bill's eating the chocomos. He don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. What? We gotta wrap up. Yeah.
I gotta add him to the call again.
I'm still running, by the way, Bill. My track's been running.
Oh,
That's
I
cool.
never stop fucking running.
That's why we're gonna do another clap, just so I can sync
Oh,
to
I'm gonna
John.
give you a clap, alright.
Fucking clap that you'll never
I'm gonna
fucking
clap
forget.
that ass.
Clap it.
I'm gonna give you the clap, Bill.
Oh, and Dan,
What?
fucking next time, take Kaya's collar off.
You got it, Bill.
Because that's all I hear is clankety clang clang.
You got it, Bill. Alright? You got it. Next time it's off. Next time I'll shove it up my fucking ass if you want me to.
Wow.
I'll stick it right in there.
I love that he's doing that. His girlfriend's sitting on the couch watching Game of Thrones.
I know, and I love that my timer is so fucking ticking.
You just see, she's just fucking sitting there getting less and less turned on.
Oh, yes. Well, John, I will never forget this. The dirtiness that John is doing me. He's done me dirty since 5:50.
Dan's percentage of getting his nuts juiced is going down as we talk right
Oh,
now.
no. It's
Dan
negative.
is playing XCOM in real life, but it's him getting laid. So he's gonna have to take a sniper shot at 40 because of fucking John fucking up the mission.
John, what are you doing? Please.
John missed his Overwatch shot. God damn it.
I'm the call.
John missed his
Come on.
grenade at this point somehow. John misclicked his grenade.
I need to go over to his house and fucking figure out what's going
Bill,
on.
let
with
me
his
wrap
fucking
this. I
interface.
can do it, Bill.
I can do it. Put me in, coach.
Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. Put me in, coach. I can do it.
I'll call him one more time and then fucking we'll just have you wrap it. Yep. Well, there it is.
All right, H, you're in.
All right, tagging you in.
Oh, hold on. We're doing it? Okay.
Yeah, go do it.
Okay.
clap? You wanna clap?
Do you want to clap, Bill?
We don't need to clap in because we continue rolling. We don't have to sync the John.
Okay. Okay, so then we'll start. All right. Cut back in now.